Charlie, always a pleasure to be with you.
And you are a candidate for town council.
I am.
And the first question always is, why? What motivates you to become a candidate for town council?
I love living in Payson, and I want to serve Payson residents, and I want it to be an outstanding place that everyone can prosper and everyone can enjoy. We've got beauty here that is unmatched any place I've been in the country, and we need to make sure that that's preserved, and our future generations can enjoy what we're enjoying.
Well, there's a lot going on in the town, and there's a lot of controversy, and maybe we start with the fireworks. We're being told that the fireworks are unavailable, and we may not have fireworks for the 4th of July this year in Payson.
I was concerned that there was a lack of notice, and it appeared that the agenda item was just put on as a matter of fact. I don't think that it was published properly. It should have been given enough advance notice that we could seek other vendors. We weren't really allowed to know ahead of time that there was a shortage of fireworks, and I don't know that that's a fact. I don't know that that's not a fact. But to wait till the end of February for a July demonstration is short-sighted. I mean, we should have known in January that, hey, there's a problem, and let's find a second vendor.
Did the town have a contract with the existing vendor for this year's performance?
What I've been told is they do not, or they do not. And when pressed to get a contract for this year's fire display, they were told they'd be put on a waiting list, and told that the supplies were less than last year, and there would be no guarantee. My first choice would have been fireworks.
It may not have any relevance at all, but when I worked in Major League Baseball, we did fireworks on the 4th of July. Every time that we had a home game, whichever team I worked for 2 different teams, it was always the same. And the contract for the following year was signed the day after the presentation. So if everything went well, then we signed a contract with the same vendor for the following year. I think that's kind of the standard in the industry, that people don't wait until 6 months before the performance, because it is competitive. It's supply and demand, and you have to lock those things up way in advance. So maybe it was just an oversight last year and they forgot to do it, or we don't know, right?
If town hall was open to us, we would be able to get that information on the 4th.
One of the other issues that came up in the recent meeting, and I think it was tabled or postponed, and they're going to have more discussion, is the mud run, the Mudda, which is trying to become a Payson tradition. It's been held a few times with, I think, some success, but there's some concern about that at town hall as well.
Yeah, there was a presentation by the tourism director trying to cancel Mudda altogether, and I have a problem with that, because they listed the obstacles have been allowed to weather, and they need $5,000 worth of repairs. They cited that they had to refund $39,500 of last year's entry when it was canceled for COVID, but they showed no revenue if they hold the event. So the whole presentation on the Mudda was skewed, and it was skewed trying to kill it. And I think it's a valuable asset. Every time the Mudda's held, there's people wearing Mudda t-shirts in every restaurant in town. People don't come to Payson by themselves to run in the Mudda. They bring their families. It looks to me that it's an outstanding event for Payson, and we should do everything to promote it.
They do fill up a lot of hotel rooms, as far as we can tell, right? There is a lot of out-of-town activity in addition to the locals who participate.
Yes, I've had company come in during those times, and for the Mudda, the rodeo, and the 4th of July, you can't get a hotel room, motel room in Payson.
So Do we know where that is now, where that's going?
No, I'm not privy to that.
But it looks like the town's preference would be not to have the event.
The town's preference is not to have it. It looks like they've got the votes for a modified event, but there again, they don't tell us what the modifications are.
All right. We open the phones. It's called the forum, 47424.